exclusively at Freeman's.
Visit bingoaliens.com/bingo for a cosmic range of bingo games, taking bingo to another dimension at bingoaliens.com/bingo.
We all love a bargain, like these flatmates who switched to Vodafone and are now paying less for their full fibre broadband, which means they can still stream 2 shows at the same time. But for less. Still gaming with mates, but for less.
He's behind you.
Reliable full fibre broadband for less from Vodafone.
At Vodafone this Christmas, get the amazing Google Pixel 9 Pro XL and you can save a huge £648. Plus, now you can chat with Gemini to supercharge your creativity. Hurry, offer ends 19th of December. Vodafone, the nation's network.
Dan's Christmas will be spent on a pavement. John can't remember when he wasn't on the streets. Lauren feels safer here than at home. Please help the Salvation Army bring a homeless person in from the cold by calling 0800 044 8833. Your £19 will help show them someone cares and give them the chance of a fresh start this Christmas. Thank you.
Transform hard chairs and surfaces into comfy seats with Soft Sitter from JML, the lightweight gel cushion that helps provide all-day comfort and support wherever you sit. The hexagonal honeycomb construction cushions, distributes and supports your weight, and its breathable design allows air to circulate, helping to keep you cool. Perfect for all types of seats or to use as a kneeling pad. Get the comfort and support you need this Christmas with Soft Sitter. Only $14.99 from Asda, Argos, Boots, Tesco and JMLdirect.com. JML, your Christmas made easier.
This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV 24/7.
Mohammed al-Bashir has been appointed Prime Minister of Syria's new transitional government on Tuesday. He has said it is time for people to quote-unquote enjoy stability and calm after the overthrow of President Bashar al-Assad. Now, the former head of the rebel administration in the northwest has been tasked with governing until March 2025 by the Islamist militant group Hayat Tahrir al-Sham and its allies. Bashar has also chaired a meeting in Damascus on Tuesday. It was attended by the members of his new government and those of Assad's former cabinet to discuss the transfer of portfolios and institutions. The leader of Syria's HTS rebels, Abu Muhammad al-Jolani, has issued a statement saying that the country isn't ready for another war and will not get into another one. Now, al-Jolani added that people are exhausted from war. In fact, he's also insisted that Syria is moving towards development and reconstruction. Sohail Hamvi spent 32 years in a Syrian prison, and now, after an offensive by insurgents that toppled the government of Bashar Assad, he's finally returned to his home in Lebanon. On Sunday, freedom came to him and others unexpectedly. Prisoners who'd heard rumors about Syria's opposition forces and their sweeping campaign found that guards had abandoned their posts. Amid the power vacuum in Syria, India has evacuated 75 of its nationals from the conflict-torn country on Tuesday. The evacuation was conducted 2 days after the rebel forces ousted President Bashar Assad's authoritarian government. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has urged allies to provide 10 to 12 more Patriot air defense systems. Zelensky said that the new air defense systems would fully protect Ukraine's skies. Now, the statement comes after a Russian missile killed at least 4 people in the southeastern city of Zaporizhzhia. South Korean police have raided the office of President Yoon Suk-yeol over his role in declaring martial law last week. The move has plunged Asia's 4th biggest economy into crisis and caused alarm among its allies. Local news agencies are reporting that the search is a part of an attempt by law enforcement agencies to establish whether Yoon's actions, supported by other senior figures in his administration, amount to insurrection. The crime does not carry presidential immunity and could very well even result in a death penalty. According to South Korea's prison authorities, former Defense Minister Kim Yong-hyun has attempted to end his own life while in custody. This, as a political crisis from the president's brief declaration of martial law continues to spiral. Now, Kim was detained in the capital Seoul on Sunday, days after President Yoon's stunning but short-lived declaration of martial law sparked widespread public anger in the country. Kim allegedly recommended the imposition of martial law and was the first figure detained over the case. He has resigned as the defense minister on Thursday. South Korea's 2 highest police officials have been detained to be investigated for their roles in enforcing President Yoon Suk-yeol's short-lived martial law decree last week. The development comes hours before the main liberation opposition Democratic Party submits a new motion to impeach Yoon. Meanwhile, the country's main law enforcement institutions have expanded their investigation into whether the president's declaration amounted to rebellion or not. The martial law crisis in North Korea is spiraling. KCNA for the first time reported on South Korea's ongoing political turmoil since President Yoon Suk-yeol's martial law attempt. Last week's shocking martial law order triggered concerns about a power vacuum and plunged Asia's 4th largest economy, a key US ally, into a constitutional crisis, sending shockwaves through diplomatic and economic fronts. After a week-long silence, KCNA published an article on what it describes as growing social unrest in the South due to the martial law crisis. China's government has said that it takes necessary measures to defend the country's sovereignty and will not tolerate separatist activities. Taiwan has reported another rise in Chinese warplanes near the island. Beijing's military is yet to comment on the military activity and has not confirmed it carrying out exercises as of now. French President Emmanuel Macron is aiming to name a new prime minister for France within 48 hours as he seeks to end the political deadlock following the ouster of Michel Barnier. According to reports, centre-left parties seem willing to work together, but it's unclear whether the new government will eventually lean centre-left or centre-right. Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has met Vladimir Putin in Moscow to enhance India-Russia defence ties, urging faster S-400 deliveries and increased military collaboration. Both leaders have expressed that the partnership between the countries holds immense potential and combined efforts will pave the way for remarkable outcomes. Now, Singh conveyed to Putin that India has always stood by its Russian friends and will continue to do so in future. According to his team of doctors, Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva is in a quote-unquote stable condition after undergoing emergency surgery for an intracranial hemorrhage. The 79-year-old Lula was rushed overnight to a hospital in Sao Paulo on Tuesday. This after experiencing headaches that the president's medical team found were related to a fall he suffered in October. The 26-year-old accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson is being held without bail in Pennsylvania. This as he fights for extradition to New York, where the murder took place. U.S. Marine veteran Daniel Penny, who put an agitated rider in a chokehold on a New York subway, has spoken publicly for the first time since being acquitted in the man's death. A Manhattan jury has cleared Daniel Penny of criminal negligent homicide in Jordan Neely's 2023 death. Now, a more serious manslaughter charge was also dismissed last week because the jury was deadlocked on the count. The case amplified many American fault lines, among them race, politics, crime, urban life, mental illness, and homelessness.
He was just threatening to kill people. He was threatening to go to jail forever, go to jail for the rest of his life. And now where I'm on the ground with him, I'm on my back in a very vulnerable position. If I just would have let go, now he'd turn.
Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has reacted to the anti-Semitic attack that took place in Sydney in the early hours of Wednesday morning. Albanese has said that he unequivocally condemns these shameful acts that are aimed at the Jewish community. A car was torched and houses were graffitied with anti-Israel slogans in Sydney on Wednesday. It came on the heels of the federal police establishing a task force to investigate increasing incidents of anti-Semitic crime across Australia.
I unequivocally condemn the shameful acts that are aimed at the Jewish community. We must all continue to stand together against anti-Semitism. One of the things that makes us the greatest nation on earth is that people of every faith and background have the right to feel safe and welcome. We must preserve that and defend it, and my government will.
Argentine President Javier Milei has celebrated his government's achievements on the first anniversary of his presidency on Tuesday. In a speech broadcast nationally, Milei has claimed that the country is out of recession and has finally started to grow. The 54-year-old Milei is a libertarian economist. He assumed the Argentine presidency on the 10th of December last year with the promise of addressing two main concerns of citizens: fixing the country's damaged economy, which has the highest inflation rate in the world, and reducing insecurity. This year's Nobel Prize winners have spoken at an award ceremony in Sweden's Stockholm on Tuesday. This about their hopes and ambitions after winning the awards. A packed banquet hall saw guests listen to this year's winners while dining over a three-course meal. There was a focus on artificial intelligence in two of the acceptance speeches, with Professor Geoffrey Hinton, the Nobel Prize winner for physics this year, telling the audience how AI is already creating problems. Listen in.
In the near future, AI may be used to create terrible new viruses and horrendous lethal weapons that decide by themselves who to kill or maim. All of these short-term risks require urgent and forceful attention from governments and international organizations.
Tian Bao, Bao Di, and Bao Mai, three giant pandas born at a Belgium zoo, have embarked on the journey back to China on Tuesday. Now, the development marks an important milestone in the panda conservation program between the two countries. The trio will join the China Conservation and Research Center for the Giant Panda in the Sichuan province. There, they will participate in conservation and breeding projects. Since they arrived in Belgium in 2014, the parents of the three pandas, Hao Hao and Jing Hui, have captivated millions of visitors while raising awareness about the protection of giant pandas. Protesters gathered in Brazil's Rio de Janeiro on Tuesday against amnesty for those who participated in the coup plot against the government of President Luiz Lula da Silva in 2022. Former President Jair Bolsonaro's allies in Congress have been negotiating a bill to pardon individuals who stormed the Brazilian capital and rioted on the 8th of January 2022 in a failed attempt to keep the former president in power. Analysts have speculated that lawmakers want to extend the legislation to cover the former president himself. Relatives of missing persons have mobilized through some streets of Ecuador's Quito on International Human Rights Day. They read a manifesto to loved ones whose whereabouts are still unknown. Ecuador's gangs have unleashed a wave of violence in recent years, which began around 2018, and ordinary families have been caught in the crosshairs. Ecuador in general was a long, peaceful place for the region, a world away from the warfare of some other nations. But drug trafficking, gang fights for control, and waves of violence rocked the country beginning in 2018. A landmark hearing at the International Court of Justice is underway on whether international law applies to nation-states in preventing climate change, and who pays for the damage is continuing in the Netherlands. 99 countries are taking part, with many smaller island nations hoping they can get a ruling against some of the world's largest polluters who they say are trying to quote-unquote avoid responsibility. The United Kingdom's Attorney General Richard Helmer acknowledged the plight of smaller countries and island nations. Listen in.
Climate change is one of the defining challenges of our time. The science is clear. There is unequivocal evidence that human activity is leading the planet to warm at unprecedented rates. And the impact is equally clear. The profound effects of climate change fall on each and every state, yet some states feel that impact far more than others. And the cruel irony is it is predominantly those states that are historically the lowest emitters that feel its greatest impact.
The Bolivian Navy has added to its ranks a robot capable of discharging large amounts of water and combating wildfires. An artisanal robot named Errizo, built by the Bolivian Armed Forces, will join its ranks in the fight against wildfires 2 months after fires ravaged at least 10 million hectares in the country. It can be taken right to the heart of the fire and can carry 3.8 tons of water to combat the fires. In September and October, Bolivia experienced the largest fires in 10 years, which led to President Arce's government to declare a national disaster due to the wildfires. Firefighters are battling a wildfire in California's Malibu that's prompting evacuations. Students sheltering at the library early Tuesday watched as the sky turned deep red. Los Angeles County Fire Department's officials are estimating that at least 2.8 square miles has been burned and structures have been threatened. The evacuation order encompasses around 6,000 people. Pepperdine cancelled classes and final exams for the delay, and there was a shelter-in-place order.
This is Amy's first Christmas on the streets. She thought it couldn't be worse here than the abuse she suffered at home. But now she's cold, hungry, and desperate to find somewhere safe to stay. No young person should be forced to spend Christmas like this. What does it take to get Amy off the streets this Christmas? It starts with a Salvation Army and a Christmas gift from you. Will you call 0800 083 6633 and give £19? Your gift means we can give young homeless people a warm welcome out of the cold. Christmas food and cheer, and a helping hand to find somewhere safe to live. So this Christmas, Will you help us give Amy a fresh start off the streets? Call the Salvation Army on 0800 083 6633 to give £19 now. Thank you.
Quickly remove unwanted hairs with the new U-Body and Face Trimmer from JML. Your pain-free way to tackle any unwanted hairs that pop out of nowhere. The wide dual head design and floating heads adjust to the curves of your skin. Gentle enough to use on your upper lip, knees and ankles, and even your bikini line. No nicks, cuts or irritation. Remove unwanted hairs anytime, anywhere with the new U-Body and Face Trimmer. Only $19.99 from Asda, Boots, Morrison's, Tesco and JMLDirect.com. JML, your Christmas made easier.
Dreams come true, come to the other side. I can feel energy. I believe it's healing me. All I need is sweet release in the freedom of the night. Freedom of the night.
Join me and the Style Squad. Shop now exclusively at Freeman's.
By playing People's Postcode Lottery, you've helped thousands of good causes. So thank you.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love. What needs now is love, sweet love. Love, sweet love.
Right, now, on to number 42.
Sometimes it's the little things that remind us of them. Stay close, even when you're far apart. Send money worldwide with Remitly.
According to a Bloomberg report, US President Joe Biden is reportedly planning to formally block the $14.1 billion sale of United States Steel Corporation to Nippon Steel Corporation on national security grounds. This, once the deal is referred back to him later this month. The Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States panel has been reviewing the proposed takeover for much of this year. US President-elect Donald Trump has promised to fast-track environmental approvals and other permits for any company making an investment of $1 billion or more in the United States. However, how exactly he plans to help businesses skip traditional regulatory processes still remains unclear. Google has reportedly asked the US government to break up Microsoft's exclusive agreement to host OpenAI's technology on its cloud servers. Now, the conversation happened after the US Federal Trade Commission asked Google about Microsoft's business practices as part of a broader investigation. Auto giant General Motors has said it will end robotaxi development as its major-owned, money-losing cruise business. The decision comes as a blow to the ambitions of the largest US automaker, which had made the advanced technology unit a top priority. US automaker Tesla has sold 21,900 electric vehicles in China in the first week of December itself. According to Tesla China, it is the highest weekly sales in the fourth quarter of 2024. The rare weekly sales disclosure comes after Tesla logged its best month in the Chinese market this year, with sales exceeding 73,000 in November itself. Tesla's Model Y has been the best-selling passenger vehicle in China over the past year, with 556,000 units in sales. US President-elect Donald Trump has selected Andrew Ferguson as his choice for Federal Trade Commission chair. Andrew has a proven record of standing up to big tech censorship and protecting freedom of speech in our great country, Trump wrote in a post on Truth Social on Tuesday. Now, Ferguson serves as a commissioner of the Federal Trade Commission, and according to his biography, he once clerked for Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. English Premier League giants Arsenal are preparing for a crucial match against Monaco in the ongoing Champions League phase. The Gunners need to secure a spot in the last 16 of the tournament. Mikel Arteta's team will be playing at the Emirates Stadium on Wednesday night. Now, Arsenal recently crushed Sporting Lisbon 5-1 in their previous Championship League encounter. The victory has strengthened their position in the top of 8 of the 36-team competition. With the Indian team in desperate need of bowling reinforcements in Australia, the wait for veteran pacer Mohammad Shami to join the team continues. It looked like Shami could be ready to feature in the final 2 tests of the series, but his fitness concerns have prevented the BCCI from flying him down under anytime soon. India's captain Rohit Sharma was asked about Shami's status after the conclusion of the pink ball test in Adelaide. The men in blue captain has kept the door open for Shami but refused to give any timeline. FIFA is set to confirm the hosts of the 2030 and 34 World Cups on Wednesday, with a joint bid led by Morocco, Spain and Portugal set to be awarded the former, and the latter being handed to Saudi Arabia. The awarding of hosting rights for both tournaments will go to a vote during a FIFA Congress to be held virtually. However, there is no doubt about the outcomes, with neither bid having a rival. The 2030 tournament will mark a century since the first World Cup was held in Uruguay. The bid will also see the South American nation handed a game along with Argentina and Paraguay. For the first time ever, Canadian music legend Bryan Adams performed in Shillong's Polo Ground. For years, Adams' timeless tunes have been a major part of Shillong's music scene. So for longtime fans, this concert represents the culmination of decades of admiration. The Summer of '69 famed singer is performing in a series of concerts across India. After Shillong, Bryan Adams will perform at Gurugram, Bombay, Bengaluru and Hyderabad. Now, the Blue Hedgehog is back in the latest chapter of Sonic series. Sonic and the Tails ally with Dr. Robotnik to take on a new foe, Shadow, in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Keanu Reeves and Kristen Ritter are joining the star-studded cast as well, with Jim Carrey, Ben Schwartz, Idris Elba and James Marsden representing their roles. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 will be in US theaters on the 20th of December.
Well, it's fun to play pretend, you know. I mean, I love acting, so it's fun to try and inhabit another character. And there's an intensity to doing voice work and the specificity. It's kind of more like doing, it's its own thing because it's kind of like theater, but no audience. So it's, you know, it's like doing radio.
Allu Arjun and Rashmika Mandanna's film Pushpa 2, The Rule Pushpa 2, has set the box office on fire. The Allu Arjun Rashmika Mandanna starrer has become a true blue box office juggernaut. The gangster drama has become the fastest Indian movie to enter the 1,000 crore club. It has accomplished this feat in just 6 days.
Jim has no home this Christmas. Sam's Christmas will bring no comfort and joy. Jake will spend Christmas unwanted and forgotten. This Christmas, please help the Salvation Army reach out to people without a home by calling 0800 655 6180. Your £19 could bring cheer to a homeless person, practical support to families, and a fresh start for a young person. Please help now. Thank you.
Some people think life slows down in your 50s, but I've got a few rounds left to go. And I don't want my lot to have to worry about funeral costs. Let them spend their money on nicer things. So I decided to learn more about over 50s life insurance from Cover Today. Cover Today are the only over 50s life insurer with no waiting period, unlike other insurers who could make you wait up to 2 years for full cover. With Cover Today, you're fully covered from day one, and you're covered for the whole of your life. Plus, unlike other things in life, the price never goes up. Go online or talk to their friendly UK team in just one phone call.
Cover Today are the only over 50s life insurer with no waiting period and no annoying trips to the doctors either. Plus, you get your choice of a £125 gift card.
Now I'm with Cover Today, I can get on with something much more interesting.
To find out more about Cover Today, call our friendly UK team on 0800 380 0060 or visit covertoday.co.uk.
Transform hard chairs and surfaces into comfy seats with Soft Sitter from JML, the lightweight gel cushion that helps provide all-day comfort and support wherever you sit. The hexagonal honeycomb construction cushions, distributes and supports your weight, and its breathable design allows air to circulate, helping to keep you cool. Perfect for all types of seats or to use as a kneeling pad. Get the comfort and support you need this Christmas with Soft Sitter. Only $14.99 from Asda, Argos, Morrison's, Tesco and JMLdirect.com. JML, your Christmas made easier.
Dealing with my lot means making smart choices. And with our family growing, I want to protect the life we've built. That's why I'm calling Smart Insurance.
Hi, I'd like a quick quote, please.
OK, you can choose a benefit amount up to £750,000 depending on your age.
Brilliant.
If you're a UK resident aged 18 to 64, you can apply with just a few health and lifestyle questions. For £250,000 of cover, the price starts at just £14.77 a month.
That's less than I thought. And could help my husband pay off the mortgage.
With our Smart Family Guarantee and 99% of claims having been paid, you'll have peace of mind.
I'll go ahead.
You'll also receive a 100% advance in the event of terminal illness and 10% cashback on your first year's premiums. That's the Smart Cashback. Plus, you get your choice of a £125 gift card.
Protect the life you've built the smart way. To get a free quote today, call our specialist UK team on 0800 977 5753 or visit smartinsurance.co.uk.
जगत में पूरा दुनिया में ये रिपोर्ट पढ़ रहा है कांग्रेस का नेत्र और सोरोस का OCCRP का ये लिंग ये देश के सामने में शर्म आना चाहिए आप लोगों को देश के विरोध में काम करने वाले भारत के खिलाफ काम करने वालों के साथ आप लोग तालमेल में रहते हैं जो जॉर्ज सोरोस बोलते हैं आप लोग भारत में वही भाषा बात करते हैं.
Well, joining with me is Trinamool Congress MP Sushmita Dev. Ma'am, we have seen days after days, adjournments after adjournments. The houses, both the lower house and the upper house, are unable to function. Do you think that by this way, the constitution debate will and can be conducted?
You see, it is blasphemous to what the Bharatiya Janata Party and NDA is doing. Parliamentary Affairs Ministers himself instrumental in stalling the house by diversionary tactics. Today, for instance, in the 0 hour, Trinamool Congress had prices, growing prices, rising prices of fertilizer and how to eliminate poverty. Did they allow it? So the question is, it is crystal clear. Anybody who's watching the proceedings of Rajya Sabha, it is crystal clear BJP doesn't want the parliament to function. That's their only modus operandi because they don't have answers to people's issues. You're asking me about the constitution. I mean, this is a party that's running the entire nation unconstitutionally. And if that debate happens, BJP has everything to lose and nothing to gain. We will expose them bitterly. We will expose them bitterly. You watch if that debate happens. So what is the modus operandi of the BJP? Bring up irrelevant issues, diversionary tactics to stall the parliament, and that's what happened today.
Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju also lashed out at the opposition, stating that the Rajya Sabha chairperson is a son of a farmer, and it's an insult by bringing the notice against the Rajya Sabha chairperson as far as the impeachment is concerned.
the Constitution of India has equality of law. Everybody is treated equally under law. You can be the Prime Minister, President, Vice President, Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister. The law applies equally to everybody. Nobody is above the law. That's why I say that the BJP has never read the Constitution. They don't know what's in it.
All right. In fact, Leader of Opposition Rahul Gandhi met the Parliament in Lok Sabha chair. In fact, today he met Om Birla and demanded that the defamatory remarks which were made against him and his party should be expunged from the parliamentary proceedings.
कि ये जो भी प्रोवोकेशन करें इनको हम करने देंगे, बट हम हाउस को रन कराएंगे और हमारी पूरी कोशिश होगी कि हम किसी ना किसी तरह हम हाउस को रन करें। हम चाहते हैं कि डिबेट हो, डिस्कशन हो। 13 तारीख को कमिटमेंट था कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पे डिबेट होगा। हम चाहते हैं कि वो डिबेट हो और हम हाउस को रन करने देंगे।
Mentioned that this is an India bloc, India alliance led initiative. Biju Janata Dal is not part of the India alliance. We are equidistant from both the India alliance as well as the NDA alliance, and therefore getting associated with this does not arise.
After outrage, Mohan Babu's son has issued an apology. All is not well between the veteran Telugu actor Mohan Babu and his son, who in fact has filed a police complaint against his son and daughter-in-law, claiming he has been threatened by them. He also requested the police to provide him protection. As per Mohan Babu's police complaint, his son, along with some antisocial elements employed by him, caused disturbance on Sunday at his residence.
నిన్న జరిగిన సంగతి ఒక టీవీ రిపోర్టర్ ఆయనకి గాయాలు తగలడం, ఇట్ ఈస్ రియలీ అన్ఫార్చునేట్. ఉద్దేశపూర్వకంగా ఎవరిని హర్ట్ చేయాలని లేదు. నిన్న మీరు విజువల్స్ చూస్తే, టీవీ విజువల్స్ మీరు కానీ కరెక్ట్గా చూస్తే, గేటు పగలగొట్టుకొని తోసుకొని గేటు ఎరగొట్టి లోపలికి వచ్చేటప్పటికి ఒక తండ్రిగా ఆయన రియాక్ట్ అయిన విధం చాలా తక్కువని నా భావన. కానీ ఆయన ముందుకొచ్చి మీరు విజువల్స్ కరెక్ట్గా చూసుకున్నారంటే ఆయన మీడియా వాళ్ళకి నమస్కరిస్తూ ముందుకొచ్చారు. ఆయన చేతులు జోడించి నమస్కరిస్తూ ముందుకు వస్తే ఎవరో ఒకరు ముందుకొచ్చారు, ఏదో మొహం మీద పెట్టారు. ఆ హీట్ ఆఫ్ ద మూమెంట్లో జరిగిందే కానీ ఉద్దేశపూర్వకంగా ఒక వ్యక్తిని కొట్టాలని కానీ ఒక వ్యక్తి పైన ఆగ్రహం చూపించాలని కానీ వ్యక్తిగతంగా లేదు. ఆయన గాయపడిన వాళ్ళ ఫ్యామిలీతో నేను టచ్లో ఉన్నాను, వాళ్ళ ఫ్యామిలీ మెంబర్తో మాట్లాడాను. వాళ్ళకి చెప్పాల్సింది మేము చెప్పాం. వీఆర్ ఇన్ టచ్ విత్ దెమ్ అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ రియలీ అన్ఫార్చునేట్ ఇన్సిడెంట్. ఐ విష్ దిస్ డిడ్ నాట్ హ్యాపెన్. ఇది జరుగుండకూడదు. ఇట్స్ రియలీ అన్ఫార్చునేట్. ఇట్ హ్యాపెన్.
Meanwhile, the tussle continues in Maharashtra over the portfolio allocation between the three alliance partners of the Mahajuti, and now the Chief Minister along with his deputies is heading to Delhi to try and sort out the differences. All eyes on the Maharashtra cabinet expansion. The headache continues for the coveted cabinet berth as Chief Minister Fadnavis, Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar head to Delhi.
No consensus reached on portfolios in Maharashtra. All three leaders, including Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, along with the Deputy CMs Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar, heading to Delhi to hold discussions with the BJP top brass, most likely over portfolio distribution. We know for a fact that no understanding has been reached. Eknath Shinde are trying hard, negotiating hard for some of the key portfolios, including home. He feels that because he sacrificed chief ministership position, he should be given the plush plum portfolio of home, and therefore he is playing hardball at this point is what we are hearing. Most likely Sena may have to make do with urban development as well as PWD and also revenue. But will he get home? That remains to be seen. BJP at this point not ready to give up a home portfolio. They feel that because they have some able leaders to look after home portfolio, and because it was held by the BJP in the last term, it should go to the BJP. But as far as Ajit Pawar is concerned, he would want finance, as it was held by him in the last term. But we're also hearing that Eknath Shinde is vying for finance as well. Most likelihood Ajit Pawar will get finance along with planning as well as irrigation. So it remains to be seen how the division will happen. A tentative formula, we believe, has been reached as per the numbers won by all the three parties, as per the seats won by all the three parties. Most likely BJP to get 22 berths, NCP to get 9, and Sena to get close to 12 is what we are hearing. The cabinet expansion decision will have to take place before the assembly session, which is scheduled to happen from December 16. But will this Delhi visit yield any results? Will all the differences be ironed out? Will Eknath Shinde be made happy, as far as divisions of portfolios are concerned, and will BJP really give in? All that remains to be seen, but an important meeting to be held in Delhi.
Meanwhile, the Kapoor clan flew to the national capital to meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi ahead of Raj Kapoor's birth centenary celebrations. In fact, the Kapoors have organized a Raj Kapoor Film Festival. The festival will be held from December 13 to 15th in 101 theatres across 34 cities in India. This event is expected to be one of the most extensive retrospective ever dedicated to Raj Kapoor's cinema. Asia's first Consent Cafe has been launched in the Hornbill Festival in Kisama Heritage Village in Nagaland as part of the Durex, the Birds and Bees Talk program. The groundbreaking initiative promotes a crucial aspect of healthy relationships and social interactions. Let's take a look.
No is a no, a maybe is also a no, I don't know is also a no. Only yes is a yes, I feel.
I think consent is something that we are still trying to understand.
Breaking boundaries and sparking conversations, the Birds and Bees Talk launched Asia's first Consent Cafe at the 25th Hornbill Festival in Nagaland. The cafe aims to provide a safe space to initiate dialogues on consent and promote a culture of mutual respect.
The Birds and Bees Talk, their partnership with the Nagaland Tourism Department and with the people of Nagaland has been going on for a few years now. And their initiatives are quite genuine. And I think we are going ahead with deeper partnerships with our people. So we are very glad that the Birds and Bees Talk, and they are part and parcel of today's Nagaland.
This innovative approach is crucial to normalize discussions around consent, break down stigmas, and empower individuals to prioritize their own comfort and well-being.
There's no other occasion better than today to actually start the Consent Cafe, which is full of vibrance, full of culture. And really, in this, need of the hour is basically we need to have the consent cafes in India, across India, because consent is something which is very sensitive. Gen Z is asking for it. Millennials have experienced life. Baby boomers have been seeing the changes India is experiencing. So there's more the reason, to have the Consent Cafe.
The Consent Cafe offers an immersive experience combining light, music and art to encourage reflection on the meaning of consent and foster healthy connections.
As you know, the TBBT program, the Birds and the Bees Talk, has been running in Nagaland and other states of Northeast for about 6 years. So now the next step that they're taking is to create safe spaces within tie-ups with coffee shops across the states. And these are going to be spaces where young people are able to come and talk and speak and have, interesting engagements and activities that they'll do. So here we've created a consent dome. The idea of the dome is also a safe space, so that dome structure gives a very safe environment. And what we've come together to do is to put the 5 pillars of TBBT to bring them alive. And then there is a light fixture here which is actually